The Defenders, A tier. I enjoyed it more than WandaVision. I thought it was more enjoyable than WandaVision.
You're talking about Defenders too much.
What? Yeah, because the Defenders deserves it. No one brings up the Defenders for some reason, but it's iconic. The meat, oh bro, it's just so good. Alright, Loki. Loki is S tier.
Yeah.
Just the greatest thing, the greatest Marvel show, like in the Disney Plus era that they created. I mean, the story. I mean, season 2 definitely brings it down a notch from season 1.
Nah,
The
season
story's
two
a bit too convoluted. I don't personally like what they did with what's it called Kang's character as what's the name of the guy called again?
Kang's character in Loki was good.
In Loki season 2, I forgot the name of the character. It's that variant of the
the OP one.
No.
Because there's multiple variants.
No, I'm thinking about the one that they made, Jonathan Timely. That variant, I'm not a fan of that variant of. I mean, I like what they did with him. I just personally think they should have gone a different route with all of season 2. But season 2 was still really enjoyable. Definitely a S tier season. Really enjoyed it. But season 1 of Loki was, I mean, you get this. You get the introduction to the female Loki, the other variants of Loki when he enters when he gets zapped by the time TVA. I forgot what they're called, man.
Yeah.
Not the TVA, but one of the TVA police soldier things. They get zipped and he gets sent into the void. Not the void, but he gets consumed by Goliath. And well, you know the whole thing. You've probably seen it. If you haven't seen Loki season 1, you should definitely go watch it. Really enjoyable. You appreciate the Loki character 10x more from other Marvel projects. Fun, really fun, and the story makes sense actually. Well, it's just really enjoyable. Really enjoyable. You should definitely go check out. It out. Really enjoyable. Alright, Moon Knight. Moon Knight C tier. People think Moon Knight is somehow this kind of A, B tier.
No.
After episode 1, I'm going to be honest, that whole TV show was a bit of a rigmarole.
That's so wrong.
Really messy.
That's so
the
wrong.
story was messy.
It shouldn't even be compared to Iron Fist.
Is this your ranking or my ranking? Is this your ranking or my ranking?
Moon Knight is infinitely better than Iron Fist, and you know that.
Well, you see, people have... You see what I'm saying? Delusion of grandeur. Better than what?
Check the
Iron
rating
Fist.
difference.
No, it's not.
Check rating differences.
Sorry, but Iron Fist...
Check
Season
rating
1 Iron Fist was
differences.
more interesting than season 1 of Moon Knight.
Scott.
Okay, I'll put it in B tier. It's Luke Cage. Luke Cage...
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind putting in B. I can change to B. I thought, because I liked Iron Fist season 1 that as much as Moon Knight season 1. And I do think they're going to give a season 2 to Moon Knight. If they give a season 2 to Moon Knight, I feel like it'll be in that kind of Iron Fist level because season 2 won't be that good. The story was messy at certain points. Really hard to keep up. Like, what people thought about Loki season 2 is what I think about Moon Knight. In terms of, people said Loki season 2 was really convoluted. And I agree. But people couldn't keep they couldn't really necessarily grasp the concept of season 2 of Loki. I think Moon Knight was a drag of a TV show. The first episode, it was like, whoa, okay, this is like S tier, like really good. I'm really interested, like how he's bipolar and there's a different person in his mind and the way, everything looked really good. Then it went. I mean, the rest of the season was just, not that good. Enjoyable. I'm not gonna. That's why I'm putting it in B. I would have put it in D if the rest of the season wasn't necessarily enjoyable at certain points. It would have been like a D tier, but it was enjoyable. Not the worst thing that they produced. There was something definitely way worse. All right. What's next? Let's see. Miss Marvel. I feel like I'm one of the only Miss Marvel fans in the world. B tier. But if someone said to me the same as WandaVision, you know what? I'm gonna put it in A tier. Yeah. I put Miss Marvel with WandaVision in A tier.
What?
Yeah, better than Moon Knight by a mile. Better than Luke Cage. Better than Iron Fist.
What? Miss Marvel's not that good. Stop glazing it.
Then give your own ratings. I'll give you a chance. Yeah, you can do your own ranking. Yeah, well then, it's my ranking. A tier. The story, the relationship, the chemistry. The only shows where the chemistry was as good as this is The Defenders, Loki, and Daredevil. Where the chemistry between the cast were just, if you told me in real life they're not a real family, I generally wouldn't believe you. Because the chemistry between the family was incredible. The story was really fun. I wasn't a big fan of the fact that they went to a different country when they went to India. I wasn't a big fan of them moving all the way to India to bring that story alive, but I understand why they did it. It wasn't necessarily my favourite decision, but really enjoyable. the CGI at certain points looked a bit, oh, like, I don't know. This it seemed like they spent money on this show, so for them to spend, it felt like some of the VFX looked a bit dodgy. But the show really enjoyable. Iman Vellani, one of the better actors out of not better actors, but better decision for a Marvel actor because she likes the character. She knows the lore behind Marvel characters. You can see videos of her talking about like how it doesn't make sense how our Earth isn't the Earth that they're in isn't necessarily the right Earth that's said in the movie or whatever. Really fun. I'm a big fan of Miss Marvel. Everyone should definitely go watch Miss Marvel. Like, I don't mind if someone goes to watch WandaVision. I think WandaVision is severely overrated. Like, I would put it in B maybe even. Like, it wasn't that good in my opinion. Miss Marvel was really good. Like, A tier. Like, way no one considers it in like the kind of A tier show, but it definitely should be because it's way more enjoyable. The relationship between this show gives me more of this kind of like Big Bang Theory vibe. Like, it's not really a superhero show as it is a family show. Oh, Jessica Jones. I like Jessica Jones. Like, I really like Jessica Jones. I don't want to put it in A because I don't think it should be an A. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a B tier. It's a Luke Cage like show. I really like the detective element of it. I enjoyed it. Like, her origins are as well really cool. The relationship between her and Luke Cage. I enjoyed the show, and I wouldn't mind if someone said put it in A tier. I genuinely wouldn't mind. I don't think it's A tier, but I wouldn't mind if someone's like you have to put it there. It's definitely not C tier. No. Yeah. Cloak and Dagger. Oh, this show is it's a C tier show. The pacing of it is really slow. There are certain decisions they make throughout this TV show where you're like, wow. I mean, what's the point? But the casting's pretty good decision. I like the way it looked, but definitely at certain points, like you can't even see the show. It's so dark. The criticism people have for certain Daredevil scene is what I have for the show. Like you can't see because the way they filmed it, it's like extremely dark. Like dark to the point where like there's no colors that break out, and so you can't really see what's happening in the scene. But it's enjoyable. The origin story of the characters are pretty cool. It's a good show. Season 2 isn't all that, if I'm gonna be honest. I like the relationship between Cloak and Dagger. It's really interesting. The romance between them, enjoyable. But I can't, in good conscience, give it more than a C. It wasn't that good. Or alright, let me just do a D tier show for now. What if? What if is D tier? I don't want to hear this. It is so good. I mean, for the potential this show has, the scenarios they give us in these what if scenarios, I mean, they're just horrible. I don't care about Ducky the Wookie Goose or whatever the character they're giving us. I mean, it is just boring. A waste. No one can convince me otherwise. It is a wasteful TV show. I mean, objectively wasteful. Just bad. Like what they're doing right now with the new the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show is what I would have thought they would do in What if I'm gonna be honest. Like how Norman Osborn's the one who finds out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man instead of Tony Stark and offers him a job, and he's the one who's guiding him. I haven't actually started. I haven't gone past that point in the show, but it looks pretty interesting. What if just is, I mean, Netflix. I mean, not Netflix. Twitter gives better scenarios of what if scenarios than the actual show does. How are you getting paid to give us scenarios which we don't care about? Your paycheck is going to the air because clearly you're not worth the money that you're being paid. You're just not. Are we gonna lie to ourselves now? Like they're worth it. The scenarios are giving us are rubbish. If we care about the scenarios, we'd want them scenarios to be made because we'd find those characters interesting. We clearly don't find those scenarios interesting. Give us scenarios that are actual what if scenarios, not imagine if for kids. Like no, we want real what if scenarios. Scenarios that actually have like real impact towards the characters, towards the MCU storyline. Not these rubbish ones. I mean, genuinely a D tier show. Like, oh, I mean, there's no Marvel show that made me as angry as What If. Like, wasted potential. No movie. Like, I'd rather watch the Captain Marvel movie 10 times over than watch the What If show. Genuinely, not good. I don't even know why I continue watching it, if I'm being honest. Not good. Another thing that's D tier, but like, if someone told me C tier, I wouldn't be mad at. Secret Invasions. The Secret Invasion show is. I mean, it is just. I'm gonna be honest, really slow. Doesn't look that good. I mean, the certain. The fact that the I think they're called the Kree. Like they look good because I think they've done, like it's not like they're not edited afterwards. I think there's actual. I think they actually put green makeup on the people, and it doesn't look that bad. I enjoy the way it looks, but the show overall is just not it. I mean, boring. Also, it doesn't make sense with the overall storyline. So wait, when did Don Cheadle's you know they can see you. Movie. Secret Mission, DC it. I like Amelia Clark though. Really like. She-Hulk. I thought it was enjoyable, but when I say enjoyable, I mean like Iron Fist enjoyable and Crocodile. Like, I think it's worse than it. I think it's just. I think there are certain scenarios they've put this character in, and also I'm gonna be honest. The character's a prick. If we're gonna be honest, the She-Hulk character is a prick. Like shouting at Hulk, telling him he doesn't know what life is. Bro tried to kill himself in multiple scenarios, and you're telling him he doesn't know what life's like, how hard life is. I'm sorry, people treat you differently because you're a green monster, but you're gonna get treated that way. The Hulk actually Bruce Banner actually tried to kill himself, and this is how you're gonna treat him, speak to him. I mean, you prick. Oh no, when I'm thinking about it now, she's a D. The show was just, I like what they like. I want to put it in C because of certain episodes, like when Daredevil came back, the romance between her and Daredevil. I wonder how they'll address that in the new Daredevil TV show, but I liked certain parts of it. But that show, I mean, objectively, made me angry with this character. And then you get certain scenes like her twerking with Nicki Miller, with Megan Thee Stallion. For what? For what? Like, who got paid 6 figures to VFX edit She-Hulk twerking? I mean, objectively, a waste of money, a waste of finances, a waste of time. It doesn't add to the storyline. There's no need for it. And yeah, certain things don't need to be added for storyline. But if it's just a controversial action, why add it in the first place? We don't come to Marvel for things that are like. We don't come to Marvel so that we can find these controversial things that are added to the show. We don't want to see She-Hulk twerking. She looks ugly. I'm not smashing She-Hulk. No one is. Because you're desperate like that.
I was for that smash.
No.
She-Hulk's at least a C tier.
No, yeah. I would have thought so, but like when I'm thinking about it now, like remembering the show, I just remember how
there was a lot of bad parts. There was a lot of like quite
a lot of bad parts. It's just a show. Like there are certain like I like the fact that we get this kind of Hulk as a lawyer show, and it's really interesting. It's an interest. I'm gonna put it in C now because I'm like making myself. But there are certain things that bring it to this D level. I don't think it should be a D now when I'm thinking about it, but. It's not getting higher than the C. Definitely not getting higher than C. Iron Fist is better. I enjoy this show a lot. But it's not, it's a C level. Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier. What was it? The Falcon and... Oh, damn. The Falcon and Winter Soldier? The Falcon and Winter Soldier? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it was called that. I watched it all. I don't remember. I really liked it. I would put it in A, but I think the show kind of really slowed the pace down in certain scenes, but... No, I'm gonna put it in because I really like the story arc with what's his face name? U.S. agent John Walker. I really liked him. I think people hated on that character. I don't think that character's necessarily wrong in his actions. If I'm gonna be honest, I kind of agree with him. Do I make a bad person? Maybe. Am I a bad person? No, you are. No, you're not. But I don't know how to say this, but enjoy the show. Really liked it. The relationship between Bucky and Falcon. This was one of the best Marvel or Disney decisions ever made because. Prior to this show, when Steve Rogers gave Sam the shield, I didn't feel like he deserved it. If I'm gonna be honest, it didn't feel like he deserved it. It didn't. First of all, the shield itself has so much of a meaning behind it. It has so much of a weight. When you carry that shield, you leave yourself open to so much criticism because first of all, that character is really important to people. The character is the focal point of the Avengers. Him and Iron Man are the focal point. And so when you give that shield to someone else, you're giving them such a big mantle. And so when they get in the end of Endgame, when Steve Rogers gave that to Sam Wilson, I was like, no one should have that shield. I think they should just retire that the shield. And so when we see him Falcon and Winter Soldier, that he does retire the shield, and it's like then you can see this kind of. This relationship between Bucky and Sam progressing, Bucky being angry with the Falcon, or now Captain America, for his decision, how it affects Bucky emotionally, and then we get the revival of Zemo, and because Zemo is an elite villain, I mean, one of the better Marvel villains, Civil War, an amazing movie. So we're getting back here. We actually see his point of view. We actually see him being a wealthy guy for once. Uh, we see the new super soldiers and the effects that has on the world. You see Captain America. Oh well, I guess at this time, the Falcon addressing I guess racial issues within this. I don't really care about them. I'm gonna be honest, but it did add to the storyline a lot. You get you get Isaiah Bradley being brought into the MCU. The effects. We're gonna see how these like actions affect society at large in the new Captain America movie. The show was really enjoyable. Definitely A tier. I won't put it in S just because I definitely was. It definitely did feel like at certain points it slowed down. I was like, it felt like a bit dragged on, but definitely A tier or B. I wouldn't mind if someone said B tier. Really enjoyable. Really enjoyable. Also, no one talks about how weird it is that Steve Rogers is slept with was in a relationship with Peggy Carter.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
That's weird.
he technically does marry Peggy Carter because he goes back in time and spends time with her, as we see at the end of Endgame when he comes back and gives him the. He's an old man now. He spent his life with Peggy Carter, but he also like had a relationship like this romance with Sharon Carter, and this is Sharon Carter, Peggy Carter's granddaughter, or daughter? No, granddaughter. So didn't he just smash out his own granddaughter? So, isn't there incest in the Marvel universe? No one talks about that, but I mean, maybe I don't know why I don't know how I even thought about that, but I've got a lot of free time. Yeah, A tier. There's another A tier show, Hawkeye. Really good, really good. I think this is the best performance we've seen yet of Yelena. Really enjoyable. The character's pretty cool. I love the relationship between Hawkeye and Haley Steinfeld's character. I also like the fact that they addresses the situation, which is Hawkeye is not like he's human, and you can clearly tell the effects that all the battles he's been in, him being an agent of Shield, how that's affected his body. We can see him clearly like kind of handing over the mantle of Hawkeye to Haley Steinfeld's character. You can see him addressing what he was doing as a Ronin throughout the period of the blip when everyone else is gone, his family's gone, him being the Ronin, and we've seen the ramifications of it. The show was really good, enjoyable, A tier. I personally wasn't a big fan of the Echo character. We first see her. Oh, the Echo's not on here. The Echo would be in that D tier. I mean, objectively a bad show. We first see her in this, and she wasn't that bad. And then you see her in the Echo show, and you're like, wow. I mean, how did I finish it? I don't know. A lot of tea. Bad show. Hawkeye in there then, really fun, really enjoyable. Every single there was nothing in the show I was like, wow, this could have been done better. At the same time, the difference between these S tier shows and these A tier shows is that S tier are like they took everything and then they took it to another level. I mean, there was substance. There was like every single character in the S tier was like I felt like they built on something greater than the show itself. The Devil show just elite. Hawkeye really fun, really fun. I wouldn't mind being like, no, I wouldn't mind. I don't think it should be in this category. Really fun though, really fun. I would recommend this to someone if they have free time. The Punisher. This is controversial. I might put it in C tier or B tier. I definitely I'm gonna put in season 2 was not. If I'm gonna be honest, season 2 did feel a bit like it dragged on. Yeah. Also, no one's gonna address the situation where like the new actor for the Thing is called Micra in the Punisher show, and since the Netflix shows are now canon in the MCU, why the two characters are, why the same person is acting. I mean, okay, we'll never address it, but I think the show was good. It was good. I definitely do feel like season 2 brought it down a peg though, if I'm gonna be honest. It was enjoyable though, and I think John Berthel did an amazing job. I just do think sometimes this show dragged on a bit. Season 1 though was elite. I mean, you get this origin story of the Punisher, and like, it's weird. Like, he's the extreme version of like he believes everything he does. Like, these bad people deserve to get put down, and it's like they've done a really good job of making us kind of agree with him that the people that he killed deserve to be killed. A really good show. But that being said, season 2 was definitely the one that brought this show down to a C tier. I would have put it in B originally, but season 2 was not, in my opinion. I can understand why someone was like, "Oh no, this show deserves to be in B," But season 2, I mean, they went from like a really good like 8.5 out of 10 for season 1, and then season 2 brought it to like a 6.5. I didn't really enjoy season 2 that much.
Above average?
Above average, which is why
That's really simple, son.
I would put it in like I think it's a C tier. I feel it's got the same problem as Iron Fist in season 2, where it's like season 2 brings down season 1 by quite a bit, which is why I have to, in good faith, put it in this kind of C tier level. But I mean, it's a good show. Yeah, if you like Daredevil, I would recommend someone go watch that. But it's not for everyone. Yeah, I think this is quite fair, no? I think it's a perfect ranking. Nothing egregious. I haven't seen these shows in like full, and therefore, X-Men 97's not here. X-Men 97 would also be S tier, but I guess that's not. Is that MCU? Because no, I don't know if someone's going to consider it MCU, but if they do, S tier. X-Men 97, elite, an elite show, and I'm not really big fan of animated shows a lot of the time, but that is elite. I mean, pure fun.
Well,
You get bro. I mean, there are certain episodes. The writing in the show, Cyclops, when he can interview. You better thank. Bro. I mean, that show is elite. X-Men 97 would be S tier as well. Really good. It looks really sick. You get this the situation between Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean Grey, and what's the Jean Grey alternative? What's her name again? I forgot the name. So the Jean Grey clone, but she looks pretty cool. Real cool. Alright, good show. Alright. My MCU ranking. Not that bad, I think. I don't think there's anything egregious here. I guess you could put She-Hulk in a higher ranking. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here that's like, wow. Now I'm looking at Moon Knight being the same category as Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, kind of wild. No, I'm keeping my ranking. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good ranking. Nothing wild. Maybe something is wild. But it's not my fault, that's your fault.